Well, obviously, and it's fun to win. And we're excited for our players, excited for our staff, excited for our fans. You know, I think our team came out tonight and showed that they can play 60 minutes. Was it perfect? No. It's like I told them in the locker room, it wasn't perfect. And that's what we're striving for every day. But, you know, it was enough to win the game. They made plays when they needed to make plays. I'm very proud of our players and the resiliency and how they handled everything coming from last week. You know, it started Monday after our meetings, and we went on the field, and you could tell there's a different focus from them. And then on Tuesday, they came out and practiced well. Wednesday, they practiced well. Thursday, I had to get them cranking a little bit, and they responded well. And I think that shows a maturity that's coming. Now, they're going to have to do that next week and every week. But very proud of how our players handled it. The leadership is coming from the players and more and more. And like I said, just very proud of our coaches and the plan they put together. That's a really good football team. Got a lot of good players, a lot of speed. Quarterback's a really good player. And for us to play the way we did, both offense, defense, and special teams, I was really pleased with it. With that, I'll open it up for any questions.
Coach, outside of the fumble on the back in the first quarter, would this game be a definition of what it is to play complementary football?
Yes, it is. Great question, great remark. Yes, it is, because, you know, we're down 17, I think it was, to 7, and Davion gets to pick 6. We come out, we don't win the middle 8 because we go 3 and out on offense, but our defense stops them, and then we come out and we roll right back down the field and get some points and go ahead. And then our defense stopped again. And, you know, our special teams took care of itself. We had to run at the end on the punt return where we missed a tackle, and then we got them there at the 50, I think. But other than that, our guys came out and played complimentary football all night long. You're correct.
Do you think you may have to guard the players against having what I would think would be a false sense of confidence, having won by such a large margin as you go into your next game?
I think that's something that we talk about when we talk about not watching the scoreboard. And I really believe this. I believe our guys have bought into that. They don't watch the scoreboard. They just go out and play. Obviously, you know, coming off a win, we won one game. All right, we're going to enjoy this all the way up until until a Monday at 4 o'clock or 2:30 when they come over, and 4 o'clock when we hit the field. When we hit the field and do our corrections, after that it's all Tarleton State and homecoming. And we'll have a lot of distractions next week, and we've got to handle those distractions and get ready for a good football team from Texas that's coming in here. So, but we talk about all the time consistency in performance, consistency in everything you do, and be the best version of yourself. And those are two of our core values. And they have to continue to understand that you can't be up and down. You got to play each play. You know, you mess up on one play, come back and play the next one great. And those are the things. I mean, Davion's an example of that. He gave up the big long ball there at the end, right? And he came back and finished the next series real well. Played hard all day. You're going to give up plays. That's going to happen. How do you respond from that? And I think that's the message to our kids. And I think that goes back to us, again, not paying attention to the scoreboard, being the best version of themselves.
Tell us your opinion of some of the good things that took place that you can take from this game as you prepare for the next.
I think our O-line did a great job of picking up all their blitzes in the run game. I think we hit some good run holes there. Not every run's going to go for a long run, but you know, you look at it, and Davion hit for 103 yards, and his longest was 20. So he was churning out some good runs right there. And I think our O-line did a nice job of keeping the negatives away, except for a couple times when we tried to get outside. So I'm really pleased with how they played and how they came around. We only had 1 sack in the game, so they continue to protect well. I think on defense, in the second half, you saw us defend, you know, the deep ball. I mean, heck, when you throw what do they throw? Probably 15 deep balls like that, big-time shots, and they only get, 4 or 5, and none of them for scores. One of them was for a score, I think. But, that's good defense. And then our goal line defense, holy cow, they took it down there, and we had them 4 downs and got them out, and then came back again and got them to 3 downs, I think it was. So there's a lot of good positive things we can build on. Phil punted the ball real well today, had great placement on it, and so just excited about where we can go with this. And we knew that with the way they play, with their tempo offense and how they want to play. Our offense has got to do a better job on 3rd down. I think we were, 3 of 12, which is not where we want to be. excuse me, but we, and so that's part of the reason they were out there. We get to third down sometimes, and they'd get one, and they got to stay out there extra. It's a testament, I think, to how many players we have on defense that can play and are helping us, because we were rolling D linemen in, we were rolling, the corners in, we were rolling the safeties in some, linebackers were rolling in. We're getting a lot of guys some game experience, and it's really going to pay off for us as we continue to move forward. But yes, we were missing some guys, and we look forward to getting them back.
Let's kind of get the sense that this was maybe kind of a season-changing thing. To be honest with you. I mean, you want to be 1-3,
Right.
The conference play later on, but so it seems like this is huge for.
It's a good win. It's a good win. They're all good wins. You're right. We didn't want to come out of this 4-game skid here 1-3, not at all. But we don't really talk about that, to be honest with you. We just talk about winning the day, winning our games. And you're right. In the big picture, that's true. But they're a good football team. They're a ranked football team. That's a big win for us, and hopefully people will start recognizing us, which means we're going to continue to get people's best. We get that a lot because we are Eastern Kentucky and the history and legacy that is here, and we got to understand that. But I think they're starting to get our best too.
That's good. You have a lot of recruits in this weekend. Seems like kind of the perfect game for recruits. Can you just kind of talk about how the atmosphere and the way the game went today helps you in that process?
Well, we had our Hall of Fame inductions, and I'd be wrong if I didn't talk about Coach Blankenship and the commitment and the sacrifices that he made here, both as a player and a coach. We had some great players go in with Mike Cador and Renfields, and there was one other one, and my mind's going blank, but they're coming from last year, and I apologize for that. But the atmosphere was great. There's a lot of old colonels back to see those guys. The atmosphere in the locker room was great. We had a lot of former players in there celebrating with us. We had probably 100 recruits here, which is awesome because we were really I think we're the only team playing in here. I think Western may be playing later on. So, we're going to recruit. Our staff's done a great job of recruiting and finding talent. And, the atmosphere from the crowd to the band to the lights to everything that's going on. I'll keep saying it, our administration is stepping up and making it an atmosphere more than just the game. And that's that's how it is now. And we're really pleased with what they're doing, and we'll continue to do that.
The offense really got rolling today and doing great. After the last touchdown, though, 3 straight 3-and-outs on offense kind of close out the game. So what needs to improve there, just finishing out?
Well, we got to, that's all dictated by situations too. All right, we're the first 3-and-out we're up 15 points. We had some communication issues on the third down, and they came in front and are in a defense that they hadn't played all day. And so we made some errors right there, and we got a 3-and-out. Then we're trying to go into 4-minute mode after that, and we got to do a better job of finishing it out in the run game right there, and finishing the whole game out. But they were stacking the box and playing it. We weren't going to give our defense an opportunity to be put in a bad situation. So we just we got to be better at 4-minute offense. As simple as that. And it's blocking, hitting the holes, making the read, breaking tackles, all that good stuff.
So, Coach, you got 3 games behind you now. So how satisfied are you with this team? How pleased are you with where this team is now compared to when you were before you first came?
Well, I think we know who we are a little more now. We know who's playing where, what people can do and what people might be able to do, and then what people maybe can't do. And I think every time you start rolling into your games like that, that's what you find out about your team. I think, and I said it last week, we have a good football team. We do. We got to understand that. We got to keep preparing that away and keep, our schedule's tough. It is what it is. I feel like the first 3 games sharpened us up for this game. And you play Western Carolina, who's much improved. Louisville, obviously a good football team. And then last week, Indiana State's a big physical football team. And, we're right where where we can keep rolling and doing things. I'm not saying it's where we want to be. I don't think you ever put satisfied on that, because as a coach, if you start getting satisfied, you start letting up, right? We're not going to lighten up. We're going to tighten up and continue to clean up the mistakes that we had. But I'm pleased with where we're at.
I think it's at top 10 as your next opponent. Have you had a chance to take a peek at them yet?
I looked at them a little bit. They've changed some coaches from last year. I have not looked at tape this year. No, I haven't. But
You don't know much about them?
Well, we know from last season what they were, who they were, or spring season who they were, and kind of know that system from it. We prepared for the first 4 games all summer, so I do know what they run, what they look like, but I haven't confirmed it from this year's tape yet.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. Pull my hamstring running down the hill.
Up next, we have student athletes McKinney and Davion and Walt. Nathan, we'll go first question to you, and then raise your hand, and we'll get to you. Davion, that was like an instant replay, dude. They're almost the same part of the field, same corner of the end zone as last week. So a little deja vu there.
Yes, sir. Coach made the play, and I broke on the ball pretty good, and you got the end results.
Yeah, you guys on defense were out there for 91 snaps today. And you rotated a lot of guys in. Of course, you guys have some guys out as well. So how do you guys stay out there for 91 snaps?
Everybody really, when we got to the sideline, everybody was complaining about they tired, and all this and all that. But, playmakers got to make plays. We all had to step up.
I'll start with Davion. It seemed like you guys were given a lot of cushion, kind of given those underneath stuff early in the game. You did jump that one. What'd you see? What prepared you for that, I guess?
Honestly, I want to say it was a miscommunication call because the receiver, he ran a stutter and go, but I'm guessing he was supposed to run a hitch, and, the quarterback threw it, and I broke on the ball.
Parker, you've been very involved with the run game pretty much this season today, only about 5 runs, most of it passing. Do you enjoy more the sit back and throw it, or do you really like mixing it up with the runs as well?
Oh, I really like to mix it up. They really weren't giving us a lot of looks to get a lot of pulls in the run game today, so I was just handing the ball off to the back and just letting him go do his thing. And obviously he rushed for over 100 yards, so he had a great day for him too. And obviously our offensive line played great today as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of improvement this week, especially from last week on the offense, especially in those first 3 quarters and everything like that. Did you guys feel in rhythm pretty much the whole game?
Yeah, I feel like we fell in rhythm, and I think that was just something we've been working on like these first 3 weeks because we haven't really found our rhythm these first 3 weeks. So I think that was something in practice we were just working on and just trying to find things, get the run game going. That way the pass game opens up even more, and I think that was something that we did well today.
Thanks, guys.
Nathan, Parker, I don't know if you know, that was your 7th career rushing touchdown. You're the career active leader rushing touchdowns on this team. So you talked about you liking to run the ball, so that was a big play. That was a big moment there when you guys took the lead and kind of took control of the game.
Yeah, well, that's a stat I didn't know, but yeah. So we had ran the first play, and it was honestly a look I probably could have pulled, but being on the goal line, I just gave the ball, and then we reloaded the play. So whenever they called it in again, I was like, okay, this time I'm going to be able to pull it, and obviously they crashed down, and there was no one out there, so it worked out well.